Forget Infinity War, I am super hyped for Venom. A proper trailer just dropped a few days ago, none of this teaser bullcrap, and we finally got a look at the big guy. So I gotta say, I am absolutely loving this design. It looks like they're going more for an Ultimate Spider-Man look, wherein he doesn't have the spider symbol on his chest. And I'm okay with that. It looks fine, to be honest. You can see a little bit of like white looking veins on his design in the trailer, and I think that translated pretty well actually. I love the teeth, I love the tongue, I just love everything about it, and I especially love the way his eyes moved in the trailer. They gave just a great sense of character, and I'm people are talking about the tentacles online. They're talking about how they just look kind of goofy. They look a little bit weird. They're just coming off of Eddie's body with, no other sign of the symbiote. But I mean, if you think about it, it stays true to the character. Venom has always been able to do that as far as I know. And you see it in comics, you see it in some of the shows, and everywhere you see it, the Venom suit can look like normal clothing, and then it can also protrude tentacles and stuff. So I absolutely love the tentacles. I think they are nice. I think they are true to the character, and I maybe they can find a way to make them look a little bit better, because I will say the scene where he goes and he pulls himself back to the motorcycle when he's flying off. I did think that looked a little bit odd, and the part where the symbiote creates like a fist over his arm when the guys come in and they're trying to like shoot him or whatever, take back the suit, whatever they're trying to do. When the suit creates the arm, their fist over Eddie Brock's arm, it looked a little bit weird also, but I don't know. Like I said, I really like the tentacles, and I really like the direction they're going with this because it gives a sense of mystery. And if they're not going to include Spider-Man in the story, I think this is about the best way they can do that. When the first trailer dropped, everybody was like, "Oh, this movie looks terrible. It sucks. Look at this. They're not even showing Venom. They didn't show anything." And like, it was just a teaser trailer, and that's what I was trying to tell people. People were just judging the movie. They were saying it was going to suck, and I was like, "Guys, it's a teaser trailer. It's not supposed to show you that much. It's not going to show you that much. And it's still pretty early in production. They're going to, well, I don't know if they're early in production. They're probably like late in production, but they're working on the animation still. They're working on the CGI. They're working on everything they got to work on to make it look better so that when you do see it, it does look really good. And people were already judging it, and you people, you need to go hang yourselves. And let me stop. That was a little far. I've been watching a little too much Filthy Frank. Don't go hanging yourselves. But my point was, you people just can't be judging a movie based off of just the teaser trailer. It's dumb. Don't do it. Okay, now that I've got that out of the way, I kind of want to talk about Tom Hardy. When I first heard of Tom Hardy playing Venom, or playing Eddie Brock, I should say, I was a little skeptical at first. I respect Tom Hardy as an actor. I've seen when he played Bane. I've seen when he played in the movie This Means War, and I want to say I've seen him in one other thing, but I can't really remember. But I respect him as an actor. I think he's a really good actor, but at the time I wasn't really sure about him playing Eddie Brock. So I know that Tom Hardy usually doesn't just take any old role just because he wants some money. Like, he usually tries to take a role where he like reads the script, he reads into the character, and he likes where it's going. So that kind of got me hyped up a bit for it, because it's like, oh, Tom Hardy has high standards for the characters he plays, so that should show that they're doing something good with the character. But at the same time, I thought, well, Tom Hardy may not make the best Eddie Brock. But now that I'm seeing the trailer and I'm seeing more of his interactions with the symbiote and more of his interactions with people, I actually really like it. And that's one thing that the other iterations of Venom typically don't do, is they don't make you like Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock is just, he's a prick, and he's just jealous of Peter Parker. And I think that they did, they couldn't add Peter Parker in there. So the fact that they threw Spider-Man and Peter Parker out the window, that kind of got rid of Eddie's bitterness. And I absolutely like that because it makes Eddie a very likable character. And that was one of my concerns with this movie, was Eddie Brock has never been a likable character. Except, well, I won't say never. In Spider-Man the Venom Saga, which was done from a show back in I don't know what years, I did like Eddie Brock there because he expressed only a hatred for Spider-Man and for Parker, but he expressed good naturedness towards other people. So I really like that iteration of him. But going back to what I was saying about Eddie Brock not being likable, I feel like that if the movie makes him the main character and the main character is generally not likable, then the movie's going to fail. And so the fact that Eddie Brock is likable, I like it. I don't know what else to say. I just like it. I also really enjoyed seeing the interactions between Venom as like the symbiote and Eddie Brock. So like it was like the split minds thing, kind of like Deadpool, and the way Eddie Brock, he doesn't seem to be accepting of the suit, but I feel like at some point he will be because he feels like he can do good with it, and I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything about that. The way the suit tries to bargain with him, or excuse me, he bargains with the suit, and then the suit's just like, no, we can do whatever we want. Also, they showed a little bit of Tom Hardy nipple. He's got Hardy nipples right there. But I really like the interactions between him and the suit, and then the way he goes, why would we do that? The way he says that, he says it like he's scared and shocked, and Tom Hardy, he did an amazing job there. And also the Venom, the voice for Venom is also done by Tom Hardy. Or at least from what I know it is. And when I heard that, I was like, that's actually really cool. The way he throws his voice like that, it kind of reminds me of where they said Liam Neeson did good cop, bad cop in the Lego movie, where like he just switched his voice concurrently or whatever. But it's just so interesting to see the range of voice that he has. And I really like that. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Venom. We don't really know how exactly the action is going to play out. As far as we know, it's just people chasing after him. But then they could send out like maybe the other symbiotes to go after him. Because we do see evidence of other symbiotes, and he does talk about test subjects. And that's another point, is Eddie Brock's career choice is different. We see a lot of times he's a photographer, and he's just trying to get his stuff published in the Daily Bugle. But here he's a journalist, and he's an investigative journalist, and he's like going after bad people. And I keep saying like a lot, but I really like that. And I really like that because it makes him seem like a better person and seem like a better character overall, because he's not just some lazy photographer. He's not just some guy with the camera. He's actually put some thought into his career. And I'm not trying to bash photographers. I'm just saying, like, as a character, it makes him better. So if you're a photographer, don't take offense to what I am saying, but I feel like, it's just, he's not just a guy with a camera trying to sell pictures to newspapers. He's trying to actually make a difference in the world he lives in, and he's trying to make a difference for the better. And I don't know. I don't know how the action is going to play out, but so far, what we've seen from the drama is on point, and that's what's going to drive the story. That's what's going to drive the interest of the audience. and it'll be very interesting. I can't wait for, what is it, October 5th? Can't wait for it. I'm probably going to see it like day 1, or at least within the first 2 weeks it's out. I will go see that movie, because I don't even care if I have to go alone. I never go to movie theaters alone. I always go with people. But if I have to go alone to see this one, nobody else wants to see it because they think, oh, just because the teaser trailer, it sucks. That's not true, by the way. It's going to be amazing. But if nobody wants to go see it with me, I'm going to go see it by myself. That's just how it's going to be, because this is the only movie I would go see by myself, though. But anyway, I really think the movie is going to be really good, and I think people shouldn't be sleeping on it. And I really like Venom's design. I really like the character direction that they're taking with Eddie Brock and Venom, and how they're doing it together. And so far, the story actually looks pretty interesting. So, we'll see what happens. That's pretty much it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed, and can iron out.